Everybody knows the name Kumasi. It is, after all, the second largest city in Ghana. But how did the city get its name? There are various accounts as to how the city got its name. One account narrates how Osei Tutu negotiated for a piece of land under a huge kum tree, leading to the naming of the city Kumasi, which means under the kum tree. The most popular account, however, centers around the oracle of Komfo planting 2 seeds of the kum tree at 2 different places in the Asante Kingdom. Now, the reason for doing this is quite simple. Asanteman had just come onto the scene, and there was a need for a capital for this new nation. In order for the selection to be fair, Okomfo decided to leave this to the gods and to fate to pick the new capital of Asanteman. So Okomfo picked 2 villages, one at Apimso Bankofo and another at Kwaman, where he planted these seeds. He said whichever place the kum tree will grow, that place would be the new capital of Asanteman. Now, however, the seed at Apimso Bankofo failed to germinate, and the area's name was changed from Apimso Bankofo to Kumewu. For the people at Kwaman, their tree blossomed and was so large that meetings among the elders of Asanteman took place underneath the tree, leading to Kwaman being called Kumasi due to a gathering of elders and people underneath the kum tree. Now, the planting of the kum tree and the history of the Asante nation is captured beautifully in this book right here. The Usurper's Dream built on the folk tales and history of the Asante nation to carve a beautiful story about the birth of a kingdom that was able to oppose the British for over 100 years. There's another account that says Okomfo planted 3 different seeds. The first at Kwaman, which became Kumasi, a second at Apimso Bankofo, which became Kumewu, and a third in the village Obueni. The tree at Obueni grew, but it was so small that it was called Kuma, which means small kum. If you love history and you want to read about it in a fictionalized form, like you're reading a storybook that doesn't feel like a lesson, I would recommend this book to you as it fictionalizes the history of the Asante Empire. It weaves historic events to tell the story of Osei Tutu and Okomfo and how they came together to form the Asante Empire. It has stories centered on the gods of Akan mythology. It has its fair share of Anansi stories and heroes that you can root for and relate to. You can get a copy of this book by calling the number in my bio or click on the Amazon link and get a copy for yourself if you're not in Ghana.